Live.
Welcome to More Than 10, right here on Spreaker, iTunes, Spotify, Google Podcast, Amazon Podcast, wherever you're listening. Hopefully you're with us live right now on YouTube. If you're watching, thank you so much. Make sure to subscribe, hit the bell, get on all the notifications, jump into the comments. This is gonna be great. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be phenomenal. My name is Nathan Owens. You can find me on Twitter.
This podcast
At Nate Owens Comedy, Instagram, TikTok, Nathan Owens Comedy, NathanOwensComedy.com. David produced with me.
What's up, everybody? Happy to be here on this cold day. Got up, sacrificed to be here.
Yeah,
someone say.
We all did.
Yeah, we all great sacrifice. Anyway, follow me Instagram and Twitter at doordie. Is at DUEORDIE.
Yeah. No Damon this week.
He's on the seas.
He's on international waters.
Yep.
He fled to international waters.
He did.
To make money.
In a much warmer climate.
In a warmer climate.
I'm going to the warmer climate tomorrow.
Damon
Are
migrate.
you? Mm-hmm. Where you going?
I'm going to the Bahamas tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
Also, Dan Duncan's with us.
Hey.
Heading to the Bahamas.
Good move.
Apparently. We really don't know anything about Dan.
We know enough.
Maybe it's Damon gives us like heads ups where he's like the Thursday before the next one, he's like, hey guys, I'm on a boat next week.
Because he knows he won't be here. Dan's here.
Yeah, I'm here. I showed up.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're going to talk about...
When did you schedule this trip? You didn't schedule this trip after we talked last week about islands, did you?
No.
Okay. I'm just making sure we didn't have
This
a
has
topic
been-
about
this man-
islands, and
this
Dan
man
was like, I gotta
plans.
get to the Bahamas.
He plans. He's
I
a
try.
plan.
Which
I try.
which Bahama are you going
I have
to?
no idea, honestly. had someone help me plan it.
Is it a work thing or for
It's a fun thing.
Oh,
It's
sweet.
a fun thing.
Nice.
Little getaway
Nice.
with the
whole
wifey.
fam?
No, just the wifey.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Let's go. Love that.
Heading to Duncan Island.
We literally talked about just the algorithm loved our topic from last week. So if you missed it last week, you should go check it back out.
Yeah.
But
Epstein, Taylor Swift,
Yeah,
Travis
throw those up
Kelce.
there. Yeah.
What else? Racism, white people.
MLK.
Amen.
All right.
Yep. That'll get us up there.
Yeah, there we go. Now we're in. Head over to patreon.com/4th and10 to become an exclusive patron, and you get a free bonus episode. Well, not a free, but if you pay, it's free. Bonus episode every single
That's Nate
week.
That's how free works.
That's how free works.
Nate,
Once
Nate
you
math.
pay, then it's
It's
free.
free.
Then
That's
it's free.
Yeah.
It's like getting through the door and then giving free drinks.
It's like getting a gift card and then using the gift card.
Yeah.
yeah,
It's free at that point.
Yeah. If you bought the gift card.
it's free. Yeah,
Right.
there's a fee to enter, but then once you're here, you're here.
All right.
All right, let's jump.
get it.
Let's just jump right into it. Let's get this one out of the way because it happened almost immediately after we wrapped last week.
So sad.
Nick Saban has retired. If you are in,
You don't know that.
if you don't know
live
that,
under a rock.
also if you're in Tuscaloosa, let them know he just retired. They all think he died.
He died to them.
They immediately started like memorializing.
Their life died. They themselves and that team died.
I just like it really did the way that people like flocked to his statue to leave sacrifices to their football god. It was just like, hey, yo, he's probably just at his house.
How do you not understand that as a fanatic yourself? How do you not understand
Because
that?
I don't believe in false idols. I would have. Cold. Every time I see somebody who knows what they're doing, when it comes to editing, I'm like, man.
Worked on it.
All right, we're back live.
We're back.
That's that 6
Thanks,
a.m.
guys.
6 a.m. work.
Hanging in there with us on that on the
Yes.
live team.
Look at
Yes,
that. You know?
Um,
And here's the thing, I'm gonna cut that out of the episode that goes out tomorrow. So if
Okay.
you're live with us on YouTube, that's your moment.
okay, so if Trey Young
Okay.
won 7 championships
Okay.
in the
Is
last
that how many Saban
15
has?
yes 15,
So many.
15 years
And
And
got a
then-
statue before he retired.
Okay.
and
Great.
and then retired.
Yeah.
You're not telling me that would like, and you knew that your team had a 50% chance at like plummeting
Yeah.
back down to irrelevance when you have been on top of the mountain for like there are people with children today that became college football fans and have watched 7 championships get ripped off.
That's yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, he only has how many does he have at Alabama? He has 7 at Alabama. He didn't have 7 at Alabama.
Let's
He's got
double
one.
check.
He's got at least one at LSU.
He's got one at LSU.
Yeah.
Yeah. So 6 with Alabama.
6 at Alabama.
Okay. I was just trying to make sure. I was like, how many does he have? Because if he has all 7 at Alabama, I'd be like, does he have? Then he has 8 at least.
Yeah. So I would just say like I'm not going to I'm not putting flowers at the statue.
9 SEC titles, 6 national championships.
Jeez, that's a lot. That's a lot of winning. Yeah, I don't see how you don't get you are the greatest fanatic here.
Yeah.
And so the fact that you are now betraying other fanatics.
I'm not
in their
betraying them.
You
It's
are.
just the
You're like,
acting
you
like
guys are
he's
being
dead.
nerds. No, there's this. Why can't you support? Like, you're like, oh no, our hero is no longer with us. Right?
He's no longer. He's like, I'm here.
You're
He-
so
no, no, no,
demeaning.
he's
He's
not
still
with the
living
team.
in Tuscaloosa.
Right, but
No, he's leaving.
How should they have
He's
paid
not
respect?
going to stay in Tuscaloosa.
How should they? Yeah, he's definitely not staying. How should they have paid respect?
I don't know, but you don't have to
Just
like
tweet it
put
out.
flowers.
Hey, good job, Nick. Be real subtle about. No, this man was an integral part of a lot of people's lives,
Right.
and they're like, man, that's sad.
One.
And you're like, what are you nerds doing,
and look,
caring?
I know that I'm setting y'all up for this.
Mhm.
So many oatmeal cream pies wasted.
What?
They just that's like
I think it's
That's
his
his
favorite
thing?
snack.
that's
yeah.
like $3.50 a
You
box.
think people not eating them
and
oatmeal
they're
cream
just
pies?
putting them.
Somebody went in is racking up. Somebody in Tuscaloosa right now is like, yo, I've been waiting on this day. We ain't
eating
gotta-
the sacrifices from the altar.
man, they coming through like, man, the family
It
ain't never
was
gonna
just-
buy these again.
Yeah, it felt real. Like, what are y'all doing?
I don't believe
And
you.
I get it. I get that it sucks that he's leaving. And I honestly
Did you see it? Did anyone of us see it coming though?
Not after that loss.
not after the
Not after that loss.
Yeah, not after the if you cast me back to them winning the SEC championship and him kind of putting a stamp on I own Kirby Smart, I kind of see the thoughts creeping in at that point.
Really, just because he beat Kirby?
I think not because he beat Kirby, but like he beat him soundly, and he's at the point where he's
Ooh,
like,
that game wasn't soundly, but I digress.
well, I don't know if we ever felt that Kirby ever had the he was playing catch up the whole
Yeah.
time.
For sure, that's fair.
So that's
That's
what
fair.
I would say. So I think when you go back to that, you go, all right, this feels kind of like a victory lap for Saban. I thought that he would leave after a national championship.
That's the story, but that's how we want people to
That's
leave.
how we want people to leave.
And I think that's how he wanted to leave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just think he looked at the uphill battle that this team is and was like, it's going to take me 2 more years
Dog.
before I'm there, and I don't want to do this for 2 more years.
I was surprised until I realized he's 72. And
Yeah.
I'm going to say this. This applies to college football coaches, presidents. Hey, start quitting earlier.
Please quit.
Go live some other part of your life. Like, you too old to be out here yelling and being upset about. You got grandkids that want to be with Pop, and Pop's out here yelling at 18-year-old kids for a living. Go play with your grandkids.
Yeah. So Reggie Bush had a take.
Yeah.
We all know
Reggie Bush, famous for the Wendy's commercials. Reggie Bush,
famous Wendy's commercial actor
Yeah.
Reggie Bush tweeted
former
out.
Kardashian.
Former
He's
Kardashian.
trying to make money somehow.
I think he's the first. Is he the first domino of the Kardashian curse?
Nah.
Because he was the one that slipped off the field and
Is
tore
he
up
the
his
first? He is,
He's pretty good at golf.
but not
He's
enough
got
to
that
get
going
paid
for
a
him.
lot for
knee. No,
it.
one of the greatest college athlete of all time, in my opinion. But he said the NIL
Wow.
ran him away. He has no more control over 5-star recruits. The playing field is level, and he can't handle that.
First of all, the playing field is not level. It's only the top people are able to really play now.
Why?
Money.
George, like if you actually rank NIL spends, the top programs are actually like towards the middle of the pack.
Like I'm imagine like Texas A&M.
Texas A&M's hot. It's probably number 1, number 2.
'Cause of
Miami.
all Miami.
Yeah.
Texas.
Yeah, I think you have people like USC. You have some like you have the teams that have money to spend, but not the prestige of if you
Sure.
come here you're going to win.
Yeah.
I think the top tier teams, the Ohio States, the Michigans, the Georgias, the Alabamas, Clemson just chooses to opt out. Dabo Swinney, I have nothing to say to you.
I do quit. Get out of here. We don't like you.
I mean, if you're a
Don't be a
Clemson fan
deacon.
right now, you have to be wondering how this changed so quickly, but that's a whole other
is.
topic. The point is that I think like Reggie Bush is it's such a bad take, because I think if Nick Saban wanted to do it, he could, but I think the point is that he's done it so much. He's won 6 national championships, and he's just like, there is nothing left for me to prove within this environment.
Yeah.
It's one thing if he wanted to go. It's too late for him to go be an NFL coach, and
Sure.
I think he wants to go play golf up at Lake Burton, and do that every day.
Yeah.
Also, if it's past him, it's okay. I think we need to normalize old people saying, "I can't keep up."
The
I
thing
think
is, it's not that he couldn't keep up. He was just in the playoffs.
But I think there's a certain thing of like, I don't want to adjust again. College football has changed since he has started coaching. It's changed a lot. He has made a lot of adjustments
Sure.
to be successful.
And he's still, again, one of 4 teams
Yeah.
that made it to the playoffs.
And
So it's not like he set a crazy standard
Yeah.
that even he can't live up to anymore.
I'm just okay with old people saying like, "No, I'm not. I don't want to change again."
I'm not. Old people change. That's what's wrong with this country.
Well, I'm not
Old
going
people out
to
here
change,
not
and I'm going to
changing.
quit.
Here's my question.
I'm not going to change. I'm going to be mad at everybody who does change.
Did
Okay.
people go to Alabama? Okay, you take money, NIL, whatever it is that they were getting. I'm sure their collective was
Gotcha.
doing just fine.
Absolutely.
If you take that off the table, were people going to Alabama to play at Alabama, or were people going to Alabama to play for Nick Saban?
Saban.
So,
100%.
so you are confident that this team is going to fall off a cliff, and DeBoer is the sacrificial lamb that's going to help them bring in that second coach, that the Sarks of the world, that they got Texas to a good spot, but now they want to come home to Alabama.
No, I think he'll be successful at Alabama.
You think the board will be successful?
Because
I think it's gonna be a culture shift, and
that's when it's going to listen. People are leaving.
I don't think he's gonna be successful immediately.
Yeah.
But I think he is a good enough coach to figure it out with those resources.
It does. I think it doesn't matter if you're a good enough coach anymore. I think that's important.
Yeah.
But I think what matters is, are you getting them dogs to come there? You getting the horses?
Yeah.
For sure.
And Saban was getting the horses, and then what cut into that was Kirby started getting the horses, because Kirby was the one who was getting the horses for him at Alabama, so he knew the recipe. So like now it's just like there's no good reason to go. You went to Alabama before because like, I'm gonna get a chance to play for a national championship.
I'm probably going to win one.
I'm probably gonna win one, right? Now it's like, I don't want to just be in Alabama. Like I could go anywhere else. Like what's his name's son? I think it was Goldberg's son.
Yeah.
That is going to play in Colorado.
And it's like people are like, I want to be where I can be seen.
Yeah.
And where like I'm being put on a position to like shine. And I don't think that's the case anymore if Saban's not there. For me, that's just the facts. Like if Saban's not there, maybe this dude will do good, but he's not coming in. Saban came there with a championship pedigree. So they were like, oh, we're excited. Now it's like, this dude ain't won no championship. You got to replace a champion with a champion. Otherwise, it will fall off.
That's fair.
And so it's not like, hey, they're not going to be that good.
Yeah.
So go Dogs.
Speaking of falling off, let's talk NFL playoffs.
Okay.
I want to ask Dan how he's feeling. It was a rough weekend for Dan. His Cowboys fell, and then also the bandwagon that he was on with Philadelphia collapsed, all within
it was
like
different from the fall.
48 hours.
Boy.
Yeah.
So first off, just mental health check. Dan, are you okay?
No.
Do you want to take 30 seconds to talk
go ahead,
about?
Dan.
Do you want to
It's
just
all
kind
Get it off your chest, Dad.
of just get it off your chest as a Cowboys and as a Eagles fan?
I mean, the Eagles were fun, and Nolan Smith getting a sack was probably the only bright spot of that game. It didn't emotionally affect me, which proves the point.
The internet's not going out. It's just I'm fucked with this app. Hold on.
You mean thinking I'm Stefan doing that when that's not even possible?
No, you're
I was like, oh, there's so many
Keep hitting
chords.
this tree.
Yeah, there's so many chords.
right, and y'all are going again.
All
All right.
All right. We're
Sorry
back.
for that technical difficulty.
We back.
Yeah, so I was unaffected by the Eagles' mediocrity.
That's being generous.
Yeah, it's crazy to watch high-powered offenses all of a sudden just get figured out, and then all of a sudden it's like watching a team play in quicksand, which is what watching the Cowboys play and just get absolutely decimated felt like. Not only by a team I don't like, but the team of my father-in-law, which just
the text messages.
just turns the knife, and by a quarterback that theoretically can ball, but is still proving himself in the league.
Oh, he's proven now. That boy was balling,
bro.
Yeah, my man was balling.
What he has proven is that Dak Prescott is the softest QB in the league, and I've known it, and I tried to make myself unbelieve it. This man loves himself a regular season game where he can throw for 400 yards and he can wear hats that are his cadence, because that is the most annoying thing in the world.
What about them Louis V bags?
Like,
remember them? Where we had the whole Louis V because Super Bowl LV. Remember that was his whole thing.
I don't.
He had a bunch of Louis Vuitton bags because he's like, because Super Bowl mindset, and I was like, I know you're not winning,
bro.
I know you're not winning with that mentality,
bro.
Go ahead. I'm sorry, Dad.
He needs to not get tattoos this offseason, and he needs to figure out how to be a good quarterback in the playoffs when the pressure's on, because he is just Tony Romo reincarnated. He runs as fast as Tony Romo, because watching him break past the line of scrimmage is like watching my 6-year-old learn how to run right now. And I don't understand how that's possible. A white quarterback doing that, we all get it.
Sure. Wait,
this man was fast. This man was fast at Mississippi State. I saw him play Georgia at Mississippi State.
He was moving.
Yeah.
I can't
How
put
did
him
he
at the
forget
same
to
level.
run?
I can't put him at the same level with Tony Romo. Tony Romo, it's different. The black in me won't allow
or the running.
The running.
Okay,
The
that's
running.
Fair.
I can't.
My frustration is.
I gave that for a minute, but I was like, wait a minute.
It's overflowing. Mike McCarthy and Dak Prescott, like CeeDee Lamb, you saw this man the entire game being like,
What
this
happened?
ain't working.
Yeah.
Like you're off, dude.
Yeah.
And it was like watching a car accident, and I forced myself as penitence. I turned it off at halftime. Alex was like, you don't have to do this to yourself anymore.
Shout out to Alex.
And
looking out for
and I was like, no, I do, because I walked away from this team at the beginning of the season,
and rightfully so.
And I want back in, not for now, but for later, and so I have to finish this game.
I get that. I finish every game.
That's silly.
And it hurts, but you go, this is the cost. This is the price.
This is worse than those Alabama fans making yourself spend time.
You got to go through it.
All right, let me.
If I'm going to celebrate in the happy times, I need to be here.
That's not true. I owe them nothing. I would like to do one thing though.
Okay.
Baker Mayfield, you ought to be ashamed of yourself being that black quarterback on MLK Day. But also, shout out to Baker.
Dude.
Shout out to Baker Mayfield.
Eagles, Bucks.
Shout out. I was like, ooh, I can't wait to rub this Baker Mayfield in your face.
Watching pieces of that game, I was just like, I'm so glad this isn't a team that I like. Because I cannot imagine the rage that would consume me. Baker Mayfield, great story.
Great story.
Phenomenal story. I find him as a person and as an athlete and as a face impossible to enjoy.
Big fan of Baker.
And
he's my first pick, white quarterback. He was
the first pick that Damon was furious at. And I get why people like Baker. We don't have to focus on how much I dislike.
Love Baker Mayfield.
A lot of people do. And that's
He's
a winner.
When he went toe to toe with the one of the best defenses.
Yeah.
Hey, great for Baker Mayfield. Great for Mayfield ice cream. Great for Bucks fans. Whatever.
Okay.
I want to talk about the Eagles, who started the year with 7-0.
Yeah.
8-0.
Yeah.
And collapsed.
Yeah, something happened.
Some injuries.
Sure.
That's we'll say some. Not a
that's
detrimental
part of football.
amount.
That's part of football, though.
And then now
Jalen Hurts got the yips.
I feel like we're gonna find out in a week or so that like that finger was worse than they let on.
That's fair.
Because it just didn't look like it was nothing was happening there. So I feel like there's a legitimate injury, but also when they couldn't get the tush push going, I was like, oh, they're really done because that was their move.
Well, I feel like the whole year people were like ban the tush push, ban the tush push. and it didn't matter.
Not that
Ultimately,
game.
No,
Not that game.
it didn't matter the last 7 games.
That's true. Well, you can only do it so much.
yeah.
You can only do so much.
The coach did get popcorn thrown on him at the end of the game. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah, I saw
Nick
that
Sirianni
silly fan.
Really dumb fan.
Yo,
There
there should be a
was-
cage at every stadium. Just like you were allowed to do that. Now you have to go in the cage. That's how you pay for this.
Something that made me laugh so much was somebody pointed this out on Twitter, where they were like, "This dude yells at another man,
Mm-hmm.
throws popcorn at him, and then grabs a little plastic helmet
I did grab a little plastic helmet.
and then leaves." As if, like, yeah, I showed him.
Yeah.
Now let me get my little plastic helmet that I can't fit in.
Every stadium needs enforcers. Just people on behalf of whoever yelling at you. Like you must, in order to leave, you got to go through me.
Fans are making the NFL an increasingly worse product in person.
But you believe you should boo.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. you should
Boo
do.
is fine.
Yeah. Don't throw popcorn at
Don't
people.
throw. Yeah. Don't,
Okay,
yeah,
so that's
not-
the
booing.
line. It's
Don't-
like a physical
yeah, some sort of-
manifestation of
yes.
boo.
I will say a line is throwing things
Yeah.
and hurling insults that aren't a little funny.
Or have nothing to do with the game.
Yes.
Okay.
Have nothing to do with the game. That's fine. If you want to yell at a player, that's fine. Just make it funny and make it relevant.
That's asking a lot of people. Have you met people? Most
I
people
am.
aren't funny.
I'm asking a lot. That's why I'm saying most people just boo.
Especially in Philadelphia.
and that's why you should hire comedians.
Yeah, just fill the stadium with comics
this should
and
be a
just
co-
let us roast.
Let us roast.
Let us
Or pass around roast to people.
Do you find that some comment like that outside of y'all
Mhm.
that comics like sports? Because I tend to.
No, they're not that.
Yeah.
Many.
No.
But you don't have to like sports to pinpoint something and then just say I'm going to attack you with words.
Yeah,
Because all comics, if nothing else, are cornered creatures.
I think
who
that
can't wait to throw
if
jabs.
I ever own an NFL franchise, I'm
Bro,
look.
we in pre-show we talked about Nate's 10-year vision
Yeah.
for his life. You should check it out.
definitely check
Yeah.
it out.
It's deplorable.
I already
It's
own part of the
depressing.
Braves. I'm already a minority owner of the Atlanta Braves, so
How's it
I'm
feel to
on,
be a minority?
I'm on my way. It's frustrating.
I bet.
People don't listen to me. I have a lot of great ideas, and
Yes.
people are they dismiss
They
it
got nothing for you.
immediately. It's so
Man.
it's so
Tell
frustrating.
me more.
How do people do this? I'm like, no, I should be being listened to.
Yeah.
And they're
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
no, sit down.
Yeah, new experience. Go ahead, though. Keep going.
Anyway,
You didn't bring the money.
so
Right.
I think that we should have, like, you got the PA announcers, and that's
Mhm.
great. You got the guys that saying, like, defense and stuff like that.
Yes.
Bring in comics to roast people over the loudspeaker.
I think that's great.
If you're Jalen Hurts and you are just, like, trying to be in the game,
Mm-hmm.
and all of a sudden a comic, if you put Damon on the mic,
Oh, my gosh.
and you hear a stadium speakers go, hey, don't get it twisted. Crumbling.
Yeah.
The opposing team is crumbling.
How'd you feel about that, big dog?
Yeah. If
That
you just
interception,
get
how'd you
just
feel
that
about that?
sound clip every time there's a turnover
Yeah.
or a penalty,
We
I
could
think
change the fan experience
we
for
could
sure.
change
Let's get comics
everything.
in sports.
I wish you could message your team's players during like changeovers.
what was that one league that did it?
Oh,
Where
whatever.
they like you could tweet what plays you wanted them to run or something.
I don't
The-
know that.
Yeah, the
Some
like
super interactive.
fan-owned league
Oh,
or
okay.
whatever. Anyway, the point is that Dak Prescott should be a backup quarterback for Lamar Jackson next year. That's what he probably should
He's
be.
all right. I'm gonna try to be. He should be a starting quarterback.
He's
No,
one
he
of the-
shouldn't.
He's one
No,
of
no,
the 30
because
best.
no, he's one of the 15 best quarterbacks.
No, he's not.
No, he
He's
sucks.
not.
No, he
Dan's
is.
hurt.
He's just not. He's not in the playoffs. But everybody didn't get to the
He
playoffs.
crumbles in. Okay,
You're right, but I'm saying all right.
regular season players are not what any NFL franchise should aspire after. Look, stats are cool, but what really matters is when Baker Mayfield like is ripping smelling salts, being like, "This is my shot." Like right now, like I want Dak Prescott to work. I
Sure.
was so excited when he came in. He's paid too much money to do what he is doing.
No, I'm 100% agreeing with you there. I'm just saying, out of 30 teams,
Yeah.
he's at least top 10 quarterback. Like most people don't get a Lamar or a
No.
Stafford or like most teams. That's like
Some people get a
as
Heineke.
I'm about to say the
Or a
Falcons
Ritter.
fans would love a Dak
people
Prescott.
people thought that about Jared Goff in L.A. and he showed up in Detroit and he's a baller.
He's an incredible game manager.
Yes.
Incredible.
I will take a game. Dak Prescott turned the ball over twice.
That part, and I think that's the problem. I think people expected him to be a baller when at best, especially when you picked him in the draft 3rd round, it's like you're going to be a glorified game manager.
But he was in the line to be an MVP, and he showed up. And again, it's like, look, there are people in every sport who, when the pressure is not on, they show out.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about it. I fling it around, whatever.
Yes.
And then they, all of a sudden, when the lights get brightest, they shrink.
There were so many shots of Dak after he was just like during that. Like, I felt bad for them, bro. I was like, hey, man.
Because there is a difference, and we need to get to this because Detroit booed Stafford at that game.
They did.
But there's a difference between what Matt Stafford did in that game, which was get his
he was beat up. He was beat up.
literally just shoved into the ground repeatedly
Check on him.
and pick himself up
Yes.
and make throws.
He's a gamer.
And keep his team in it.
Absolutely. He's a
versus
gamer. That gave up the
Dak
game.
Prescott.
Yes. Oh, 100%.
Let's do Detroit.
How about
LA.
them Lions?
Congrats to all of our Detroit listeners that listen for David. We appreciate y'all.
Y'all know that's my second favorite team.
Yeah, congrats to the Lions.
They deserve that.
Oh, bro, they was crying. Folks was crying.
Yeah.
You know, the last time they won,
90s.
92.
91.
Like, did you? It is. I was 4.
I was in diapers.
I was 4 years old. There was like Coleman Young, famous mayor of Detroit. He was in his 18th year. That dude was mayor. He knew Martin Luther King.
Barry Sanders.
Yeah,
Was he playing still, or
Barry
he just
Sanders was
retired?
playing.
Okay.
Like this makes no sense. They hadn't won in so long. So shout out to the city. And this is another thing I love about that stadium is in Detroit. So there's a real. It's not like people coming from out. That stadium is in the middle of the city. So people who live in the middle of the city got to appreciate that. And shout out to those fans, 'cause y'all waited a long time.
Yeah, and good fans too. I'm glad they booed Stafford.
What?
Wow.
Why?
Here's the thing. This is how I feel about anybody that leaves my team. I will celebrate you when you retire, but until then, you are the opponent. You are the enemy. Answer this question: yes or no? If I'm a Detroit fan, was Stafford trying to get my team to lose?
For sure.
So then I don't like him.
But you don't have to boo him.
Oh, you don't.
Yeah, you do.
No, you don't.
you
You
do
gotta
not.
let him know.
Okay.
I'm booing.
Hold on.
booing.
Why?
I don't care who it is.
Because we
I'll
know
boo-
you don't mean it.
I'll boo Dan. Like I've booed every former Brave that has come back.
If my brain is going to Jeff Francoeur, but there's better Braves fans in a farewell tour, because in all likelihood this was Stafford's farewell tour.
Well, that's the last time in Detroit for sure.
for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
This was their last shot at seeing him play live, and at least say thank you for, like, when Freddie Freeman came back to the Braves.
Yeah.
You for sure stood up and clapped.
No.
What type of monster are you?
Absolutely not.
You're
That's
a monster.
insanity.
You're
It's
actually a
Not
monster.
insanity. I'll celebrate
Did
him
you
when he's
boo?
retired.
Did you boo?
Yes, I boo
Oh,
opponents.
you're a monster. You're a
I
monster.
boo opponents. He's the
You
opponent.
booed Freddie
You're
Freeman.
actually a,
Yeah.
you're actually a monster.
I
You're
want you
actually
to clip this out and tag him.
Yeah, I bet you won't.
That's fine. I'll tag him. I'll tag his wife. I don't
Yo,
care.
you are a monster, y'all.
I'll tag his son.
That man
Who
gave
cares?
that.
I'll
You
man-
gonna tag Charlie?
I'll tag the city
We
of
love
Los
Charlie.
Angeles.
You
that
watch
man
your
gave,
mouth
that
talk
man
about
gave
Charlie.
you a World Series that you might not see again in
He
your
did.
lifetime.
Great. Thank you for the World Series. But also you bailed, and I will celebrate you when you are retired and unaffiliated.
No.
I booed Maddox when he came back after
What does
he
that do
left.
for you?
It's you boo opponents.
You don't.
No, you don't have to boo.
You don't. I
You
don't
didn't-
have to.
you
be-
don't-
You can appreciate
you don't
what they
boo
What am
did.
I-
every
What am I
opponent.
supposed to thank him
Nothing.
for?
No, you do nothing.
Running?
No.
You do nothing.
What am I supposed to thank him for? Going and being sadder in Los Angeles?
It's Saturday.
No,
You want to change it.
Okay, let's hit Stafford. Stafford
Yes.
literally beat his body
He gave up
into
everything.
Yeah.
like just the most ridiculous amount of injuries. I think he had the most injuries in that span than any
They
other
did not have a
quarterback.
line.
Their offensive line was abysmal.
Yeah, he was
Oh,
running for his life.
He deadlifted teams that had no business being even in contention for the
Facts.
playoff.
Incredible career.
And as soon as Jared Goff came in, they fell off a freaking cliff.
Yeah.
And then he went and won a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can see like the talent that he brought to the table, and like he invested so much in that city. He loves Detroit.
Yeah.
Who loves Detroit except the people
People-
that live there?
Real Detroiters. Yeah.
And here's
And
the
the
thing.
Atlanta versus everyone shirts make me laugh because everyone loves this city.
Yeah. Detroit.
Dude, people that I saw someone on the Beltline yesterday wearing a Detroit versus everybody. I was like, you're right.
Yeah.
No one likes your city.
No.
D2 Roy. Here's the thing, and I'll say it again. That's great, and that's incredible.
Let's get into why you're a
And
monster.
the second that he retires, you celebrate him
Who hurt
because
you?
he is the greatest quarterback in your franchise history. But in that moment, he is trying to eliminate you from the playoffs. He is the enemy, and not only is he the enemy directly in the path between you and a championship.
All right.
I am booing everybody in that path.
Do you realize the players don't see it that way though, right?
No, of course not.
Okay, all right. Just want to
Yeah.
Fans are idiots. I'm an idiot, but guess what? I'm having fun being an idiot.
All right.
Okay.
I
mean,
just
we both
also
got there.
want to say this too. Who picked Detroit to go? Who picked Detroit?
Congrats.
Hey, it's looking like I got some. I know what's up now.
Yeah.
It's
Hopefully
looking like
David
it.
didn't jinx y'all just now.
You're Detroit. You can't be jinxed.
Dude,
I know this about the.
Are you saying the Lions are unjinxable?
Yeah, they're unjinxable.
Dude, I
It
remember
sound like Ray J.
it
It's
was
unjinxable.
was it 2
Jinx
or
it.
3 years ago now where they were just fighting for a win.
They had
Yeah.
zero.
They're
yeah.
0-16.
The
like,
fact that Dan
5 years ago.
Campbell was on the team that was 0, he was crying on the sideline. People were crying.
Dan Campbell, I like Dan Campbell.
Yeah.
I thought he was the most like jock bro
Oh.
coach hired.
Oh,
like
yeah.
this is not gonna work,
Yeah.
dude. It worked
They
for
all
that
in.
team.
They all in.
bought in.
They all in.
The team bought in. The city bought in.
This man, just shout out to the city. It's a party on Woodward, man.
They've been bought in.
Yeah.
They've been
Yeah.
bought in a long time. They
Go
actually
watch
show up to.
Detroiters.
I'm a
They
f-
actually showed up to bad teams, which I would actually love for you to talk about because your hypothesis is if it's a
Don't
bad
show
team,
up.
don't show up.
Yeah, I still 100% believe that.
Here's why they showed up, because it's cold outside, and they was like, you know
Yeah.
what?
It's a dome.
It's a lot of inside seats during the winter. Let's go do it. They was giving away them tickets. Say either go in there or go to the casino.
Yeah.
And I was like, we're done gambling. Let's go see this
Right.
team. But yeah, shout out to the city. Big shout out to like Dan Campbell for getting them to believe. I hope that they don't take, because this was their Super Bowl. Let's not get it twisted. And I hope that they can take some momentum and they don't let down, because that boy Baker coming. Because both, it's like two teams that have an opportunity to prove to the world that like they're not a joke. So I hope it's a good game.
I
But
think that Detroit's gonna win that game.
but it's
They
in the
should.
city too. Like it's gonna be electric. I
They
almost
should.
want to go to the game or like go to Detroit just to like
Do
be
it.
around them.
You should. go.
Absolutely
I got stuff to do.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Otherwise, I would.
All right, so there goes the I want to.
Yeah, I want to. I can't. I'm gonna make money. I'm not gonna lose
Do you know
money.
that Dan Campbell, he drinks 1,000 milligrams of caffeine on a daily basis?
Let's get an idea of what is like. You're drinking coffee. How much do you think is in that? If you had to guess,
I have no
Like
idea.
a cup of coffee is like 50 to 60
50 to 60,
milligram. Like that's like a
Yeah.
standard-ish cup of coffee.
and he's drinking 1,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He drinks 6 shots of espresso in one large coffee. He drinks 2 of those and then an energy drink.
Yo, all
He's
right.
an insane person.
No, this is unhealthy.
Yeah.
If they go to Super Bowl, his heart's gonna explode.
Yeah.
Stop, Dan Campbell. If you hear me, stop drinking that. Getting some teas, man. Get into teas. This is gonna be bad for your heart. Don't do that.
Oh yeah.
Do you want him to do it after the season though? Because it feels like it's working.
Yeah, it's working right
now.
now. Yeah. Yeah, let your heart explode at the end. Yeah,
In
yeah.
a month, stop that.
Yeah, I'm
mid-February. You better cut
y'all
that
gonna
out.
make me bust out my old Lions starter jacket. Like I'm not playing.
Oh.
This gives me something to be excited about.
Okay, so here's what I want to talk about. Nate threw out something I actually agree with
Oh man,
earlier.
you don't have to do this, Dan.
That like if you go through the pain,
Uh-huh.
it means more.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I'm going to assume that like you haven't watched every down of Detroit football.
It's not been on TV, but when they're on TV, I watch the Lions.
Okay.
Also, David's the wrong person to do this.
Why?
If something's causing David pain, he's out.
I'm out.
But like do you feel like in this moment if you could go back and be like I know where this is going, say they're going to the Super Bowl.
Mhm.
Say we could say that right now. They're going
Okay.
to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you go back and be like, let me go suffer through all of that so I could enjoy this moment more?
I mean, so as I'll be honest, like Lions have always been a team that I've defended.
For sure.
Right? Because it is second home.
Totally.
Right? But I've also, because it's not my team, anybody in my family, y'all know, I was roasting y'all about how bad y'all team was. Every Thanksgiving, look at y'all suck. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I wasn't but it's like one of those things like I can talk about you, but nobody else can talk about you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's kind of the feeling. So like, would I suffer? Like, would I have been all the way on for this? No. I got my own problems here in Atlanta. I can't have twice of that. That's why I don't understand you liking the Jets too. Like, that's silly.
Yeah,
The way-
that's my dad. My
I
dad's
know,
a
but
big
I'm
Jets
saying
fan.
you're like super invested. I'm like, yo, you hate yourself a lot to
Yeah.
be a Falcons and Jets fan.
Talking about sons and fathers. So I'm watching the Cowboys
Yeah,
just get absolutely destroyed by the Packers.
Mizak.
Who, like, again, my father-in-law calls my son before the game and tries to convince him to be like,
Oh.
say, go Pack, go, and all of these
Oh.
things. And he's like, no, go Cowboys. And like he's
Oh,
trying,
no.
he's just trying to be the
Oh,
most
buddy.
supportive son in the
Jace.
world.
Oh,
He has
Jace.
every right to choose any team he wants to at
Yeah.
this point in time.
No.
Choose the Falcons, whatever.
The
And
Falcons have been handed to him, but it's fine.
no, the Falcons
No.
have not been handed to him.
And they shouldn't. You
'Cause
keep,
they
you
have-
keep those Falcons away from Jace. He's a good kid. He don't deserve that.
But for the first time as a father, I'm like, no, I've given my son, like, he's sitting there crying
Yeah.
going into halftime. Like, Dad, are we going to,
Oh.
he goes, Dad, are we going to lose? I go, oh, yeah, we're going to lose. and he starts weeping.
Yo, get that man a new team, man.
Well, and also just a super funny story about your son. So, one of your babysitters was at 51st Jokes,
Oh, yeah.
and she talked about how she babysat when y'all went to the SEC championship.
Yeah.
And that Jace was so confused when she said the game was over, because he goes, no, we have less points.
Oh, no.
And she goes, yeah, the game's over. He goes, no, the Bulldogs have less points, so the game's not over. The game ends after they have more points.
That's because for, like, the first, like,
He only knows
4
winners.
years of his
entire
life, they
life.
didn't lose.
Yeah.
Since he knew what a number was,
Yeah,
Yes.
totally.
Georgia has had more
Numbers.
numbers. And just the idea that he would go, well, I don't care what the time
Yeah.
says.
Yeah. Right.
Keep going.
Yeah, what are we
until
doing here?
they're done.
Who wrote this play?
And I'm just like, man, what just
a
a,
charmed life.
what
I
a
even-
pure of heart.
Dude, honestly, watching sports with kids is the best thing in the world for you. As a fan who, like, really can
Gets
tend to
it.
get upset.
Sure.
Like, at the SEC championship, there was, like, a 9-year-old of a friend with him sitting behind us. And his dad wasn't into football. Like, or he is into football, just not into Georgia. So
Sure.
his dad's sitting there, like, doesn't care.
Yeah.
And the whole time, like when Georgia got down by 10 points or whatever, 14 points, I was like, here's how we get back in this game. And we started to do it. And, like, if you have to be the positive one, then you can be. And I was for Jace during the Cowboys game. Like, hey, man, if we're going to score, this is right before they turn it over. Right before, like, we're going down the field.
He was setting them up.
And, like, I was like, we can score right here. It'll be, I think, like a 10-point game. We'll come out, we'll get the ball. Or maybe it was a 14-point game. We'll come out, get the ball, score. It'll be a 7-point game.
Yeah.
We're going to be back in it, bud. We got this.
Yeah.
And then Dak turns it over, and he looks at me like, that's not what you said was going to happen.
See, that's why, like, for my future kids, zero hope from the get.
That
Let
check,
them
that
pick
checks
winners.
out.
We're gonna be watching the Falcons games together, and they're gonna go, Dad, when are the Falcons gonna win? And I'll say, probably never.
No, let them pick winners.
They don't get to pick.
Yes, they do.
Let's talk about that.
Yes, they should. They should get
You
to
do
pick.
not get to pick your sports team.
You should.
You do. You've
your
picked them.
sports teams
You've picked
are
your sports
given
teams.
to you.
No, you should get to pick.
You picked the Jets.
I didn't
You picked
pick
West
my-
Virginia.
I didn't pick those teams.
My
Okay,
dad
but
growing
Jace
up.
doesn't pick
I
the
was-
Cowboys.
I
He was
was
given those Cowboys.
Yes, I'm not arguing against Jace and the Cowboys. I'm saying for my kids, if they're just like, oh, I don't want to be a Falcons fan, well, then I guess you're not a football fan.
What are you doing?
So,
type
'cause
of-
you were probably born here. You definitely
Type
going
of
to
dictatorship are
in
you
all
running?
likelihood, your kids will not have been born in Atlanta.
But they're in the Atlanta metro area.
Sure.
Alright,
We're not
sure.
going international for our adoption.
Okay.
We're going domestic. So probably born in Georgia, which means Atlanta is your city with the pro teams, which means
Let them pick.
they don't get to pick
Why?
because
Well, if
You're
there's
going to
something
tell an
more
adopted
exciting-
child that they've had everything.
That's how you're gonna start the
I'm going
relationship.
to start the relationship. Be like, guess what?
Do
You
what
know,
I say
yeah.
when it comes to this sports.
It's not me. This is the universe has said you
Nah,
were
you
born
should
here.
get to
These are
pick.
your teams. This is the
I'm
kind
gonna
of
give you a
person you're
situation.
going to be.
Under no circumstances should you be able to pick.
No,
All right, so I'm gonna give you an example why you should.
I know what you're going to say.
What am I gonna say?
You're going to bring up like we'll say like the Celtics, or in like the 80s.
Yeah,
yeah.
my
and I-
dad growing up in Detroit, never not bad.
Yeah,
But he was a Pittsburgh Pirate fan.
yeah,
You know why?
because
They had all black players.
and that to me
Yeah.
is an example of your like where you are going like, oh, I'm connected to this team.
Yeah.
I didn't randomly pick a team because they were.
But you're not even letting them be connected to any other team.
Oh no, I'm not giving them a chance to
Well,
be
why
connected
not?
to any other team because they're connected here. I'm not letting them unplug and plug in somewhere
Okay.
else.
They were never plugged in.
There's a piece of that I want.
Todd Wilkley said, "Morning, boys."
What up, Todd?
What's up, Tom?
Hey man,
Welcome. Thanks for tuning in, buddy.
Yes.
There's a piece of that I want to agree with.
okay,
But the Falcons just keep ripping it out of my hands.
yeah,
Oh.
Because if they draft like right now, I'm back on like I'm not ever gonna give it the Cowboys. I tried. I'm not gonna walk down that road
You
again.
can't do it, yeah. That's
But
all right.
I do want my son to be able to attend. Like he gets to go to Georgia games. He fell in love with Georgia when he got to do that.
Yeah.
He will, in all likelihood, get to go to 1, maybe 2 Cowboys games in his life, and like that to me just isn't enough. Like I want him to have a team. I got to have a team. I want him to have a team. And I want that team actually not to be the Cowboys. I want that team to be the Falcons.
Yeah.
Because he grew up here. He grew up in the city. Like, he's not going to go watch the Gwinnett Braves play.
Right.
Like, this is his team.
And after this, we'll just do Trea MLK and then finish out.
All right, you're good to go.
Yeah. All right. Welcome back.
Yeah.
All right, you got one.
Yeah. So my question is, will you allow your kids to opt out of Falconship if Bill Belichick is the coach?
No,
Oh, you're wild then.
because you have to.
You are an unprincipled man.
No,
I just want you to know that about yourself.
I can't opt
you
out.
coward. You are an unprincipled man.
I'm not opting
Just
out.
last week you were like, I'm never gonna be a fan.
I'll put him on probation.
What I'm saying, you're
What
gonna
does that
get
mean?
kids. Yeah. What
That
does that
means-
mean?
Probation means you could get fired.
No, probation is for a year. I'd have to. I'd have
Belichick
to-
signs a 4-year deal.
4-year
you get
deal.
kids this year.
We're gonna have to cross that bridge when we get to it.
No, I'm
We
asking
can
you.
throw around hypotheticals all day.
You have no principles.
We can't. We can say
You are not to be trusted.
Look, we can say
You're an
there's
unprincipled
so many
man.
things.
Nate
we
would
can say.
take the same stance with OnlyFans.
Taylor Swift coats
Oh yeah.
just for hopefully for numbers.
All right,
Do you know
and
how to
it's
say his
up
last name?
again.
We back?
Yeah, we're good.
All right.
All right, we're back. Okay.
Try
I
this
just-
again.
Let's do one more time. Thank you, Joel, our producer, for working so hard with technical difficulties. We really appreciate it.
It's the cold weather down here.
It's the cold weather. Everything's dying. God hates us.
Real quick, John Glasgow said Dan's getting an amazing player with Caleb down. Just shaking my head. And then Simon Stevens says, "What a wild time to lose audio because it was the only fans got in there."
We got it.
I wonder how much it got, but
gotta
it
know.
sounds like it got it all.
literally your moral high ground of like we'll cross that bridge when we get there. It crumbles when you actually care about something.
Because here's the thing. In all likelihood, I will have to put up with Bill Belichick.
I thought you were talking about OnlyFans for a
Oh,
second.
he's not coming to the Falcons.
I don't think he's going to the Falcons. So that's why
I think he's done.
that's why I'm not too worried about it. That
He's going to the Cowboys.
That'd be.
I think he's retiring.
No.
I think he's getting to look at all these teams and going, why would I
He
do this to
is,
myself?
I think, 30 games away from having the all-time record
Oh, he's
for
not-
wins. He's not retiring.
Yeah, he's
But
not
that's
retiring.
3 seasons.
He's got 3. Listen. No, he doesn't. Does he have family?
I think, and maybe it's
I
less
don't
than that
know.
because I think in
Probably.
2 good seasons, I think it might be like 20 wins or something like that. Because in 2 good seasons, he could do it.
Yeah. Anyway, let's also. Oh man, we didn't even talk Chiefs.
We didn't talk Chiefs.
We did not talk Chiefs.
Oh,
Well, there we go. There goes our algorithm.
We're down now.
We're
You're
down.
up, and now we're down.
And no one's
We're
got a
down
problem
now.
with it there.
I know that is crazy. And let's just say
I think
that.
people do. I actually think people have. A
I will not say.
I don't
like,
think they do.
I think we.
I think people like have a problem with it, like they have a problem with sweeteners in their coffee.
Well,
Like
that
I don't
was-
want you to use that one. I mean, it's kind of like
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I'm sure you don't like the pink one, but
I think they do. I just think that you can probably like approach baseball fans more than you can approach football fans. Like you can be like, shut up, baseball fan. And baseball like, okay. Football fans is like they're drunk and they'll fight you.
Yeah, they
So
will.
It's a different energy.
They
you get
will
back.
fight.
I just don't know that it's derogatory. But we don't have to have that
don't have to
conversation.
have that
right now.
I don't know. It's not for me to say.
It's not up to me.
They're gonna do it this year at the Braves. They did it yesterday or
They did.
Sunday at the Chiefs game.
All right,
Keep going.
let's talk Taylor Swift
All types
for
of
the
people.
algorithm.
Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift,
T Swift.
Swifties, Taylor's version.
I just want to say
real quick, y'all. What's your favorite era?
I don't even know who.
What does that mean? Like the
The-
90s, the Cowboys were great.
Taylor Swift era.
I want to be like Damon when it comes to FC Island. Who is Taylor Swift? I'm not familiar with her.
The right answer is Fearless. So, anyway, all right. So I want to talk about her jacket because one, somebody pointed out on Twitter that the number has gotten bigger every single week,
Okay.
which is kind of hilarious.
Like they have
to me.
different jackets.
Just her wearing Kelsey gear, the number has gotten bigger.
in
There's
different in different manifestations.
there's like
of
one
that
point where it was
gear.
just like on like a pocket of a T-shirt, just like a little 87.
Joel, you okay over there,
Bad
bud?
batteries to make sure if it cuts out again.
Sounds good, buddy.
Joel's working so hard for us. This podcast is so dumb, and he's working so hard. Like we are
He's
just
working so much harder than us.
we are screaming into the void
Yeah.
about sports, and Joel's panicking and moving. So many buttons.
Yeah.
So many buttons.
We actually
Anyway.
added something to his plate. He's producer
Yeah.
miking
Yeah.
for us now.
I know. Now he's part of the show. Forever
broke it.
linked to
Forever Link. You're here now. Yeah.
But anyway, so she's wearing the jersey jacket.
Yeah.
That's taking the internet by storm.
Yeah.
Taylor Lautner wore one.
Taylor Lautner did. have
Simone
one.
Biles wore one.
Yeah.
And it's was the San Francisco player's wife that designs them.
Here's what I want to say real quick. You were
Okay.
like, you asked me why we didn't have audio. How do I pronounce her name? And this is the time where I'm like, man, this is a white name. You figure it out. I don't have to figure it out. These are your people.
How do
Let
we
me see.
pronounce their last
Let me
name?
Ooh,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a
she's definitely like
Polish,
like
right?
yeah, Juszczyk.
All right, give it a go, Nate. What you got?
Probably not her last name. Probably whatever
Yeah.
yeah.
player.
So San Francisco players.
Wow, she really got one vowel. That's crazy.
You gotta have more than one, I think.
Not in Cyrillic. Keep going.
So her and the Targaryen that plays for San Francisco. Anyway, so she designs these great jackets. He goes on Twitter.
Someone says use check.
Use check.
Thank
Check.
you.
John Glasgow.
Oh.
That way he just deleted it though, so it might be
No,
bad.
no, it
John,
is use check. That
you-
sounds
use
right.
check.
Why
use
you?
check.
Why
That's what me and
Use
me and Allison have gone to this like fine dining experience a couple
Uh-huh.
times, and you like get the cheese plate
Yeah.
because it's the only thing under $1,000,
Yeah.
right? Like we're able to be there, but like we shouldn't be there. And we order the cheese plate, and they come out and they tell you like all the regions
Yeah.
these cheeses come from, and they're like, oh, I forgot this one. I'm like, bro, just make it up.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
We
I
don't
don't
know.
know.
We don't know.
I don't know.
We don't know. This is from the cheese region
I'm like, awesome.
in
yeah.
Europe.
Yeah, I heard about that in a book once.
Yes,
yeah.
this cheese was made from an animal,
yeah.
maybe a cow and or goat.
Maybe go a few.
Okay, yeah, they put up like juice check. Use check
Use
is
check.
it's pronounced like JUSECHEK. Use check.
All
Yeah,
right,
you
so the juice.
Nope, can't do that.
Spasiba.
That's that's already
Juice,
taken.
juice check. We should have just done his first name. So Sam,
Jeez.
whatever his first name.
Yeah.
Anyway, he goes on Twitter every single time somebody's like, "Hey, Taylor's got a great jacket." He's like tags his wife. And he's
Yeah.
like, "This is who made it."
Yeah,
Every single one.
Good for him.
that's a good
Hype man.
fullback.
Amazing.
That's
for
a good
him.
fullback. Because what he's saying is, hey man, my head
Yeah.
getting busted all the time. I'm not gonna make a lot of money.
Let's strike while the iron
Let's
is hot.
get this money.
because they're very cool jackets.
Yeah, and
And
women are loving these jackets.
Women are loving the jackets.
It's because Taylor wore
It's
the
it's
jacket.
Taylor, but also women, and I don't know if this is just. I'm sure Kansas City's helping. Women have bought more NFL gear this year than men have.
So there's an opportunity here. I follow Maria Rose, Jalen Rose's daughter, and she did a whole rant about, and she showed them, and she was like, every woman's piece by the NFL sucks.
Yes,
They're all bad. Women don't like them.
they're all bedazzled.
Partner with her.
But
And-
that yes.
Yeah. So like women are like forced to wear these apparently very ugly things the NFL's doing.
Well, the NFL looks at women and they're just like, women like shiny things, right?
Yeah.
So let's put a jewel
Yeah, that'll
on
get him
this,
in there.
on this logo. Let's make
the pink jersey.
let's make a high heel shoe that holds a bottle of wine, because women like shoes and wine.
Yeah, no, this
Women
I hope
be
that's a real thing
shopping
somewhere.
is the creative director
it is.
at the NFL.
Yeah.
That's what it boils down to. He definitely comes in and he's just like, "Ugh, the old ball and chain."
Yeah.
That's how the NFL makes gear for women.
For sure. But this stuff is Simone Biles puffer was dope. The Taylor Lautner joint was. I was like, I would wear that.
They're all cool. Here's the real
Get to it.
question for us, since there are no women on this podcast.
Sorry.
Let's all speak for women.
Yes.
We're speaking for women.
Yeah, we like to speak
There,
for women.
there was a tweet that went out when Taylor Swift was swag surfing that basically insinuated that Taylor Swift is ruining the NFL.
That's not
So
That's not
I know where this side of the room is going to land on this, but just for the sake of throwing a grenade,
Okay.
Nate, where do you feel? How do you? Now you're a Taylor Swift fan, so if this was, I'm trying to think of a bet. If this was J-Lo dating a cornerback from the Giants,
Okay.
and they were good, and all of a sudden every broadcast cut to
cut to
J-Lo
J.Lo.
dancing in a box, wearing this cornerback swag.
think I'm ever gonna complain about
Plain-
shots of J-Lo.
I didn't see that going.
Yeah, I was like, if we're, I'm not a sports fan. I'm not like, what's up with football now?
see, okay, so that's how I feel about Taylor Swift.
Okay.
Is like, yo, if my wife is more intrigued to watch football now because she's curious about the Taylor Swift thing, which ironically my wife thinks it's silly and she would just prefer to watch football, which
Okay.
means I absolutely nailed it.
Yep, you did good.
But I think Taylor Swift is doing a good thing.
Yeah, Taylor Swift's doing a very good thing. Good for the NFL. Is it a little over the top? Yes. Should it be? Yes. It's not ideal, but also it's not Taylor Swift's fault. She's not asking the NFL to put her on camera all the time.
No. Just want to say this real quick.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
no. Oh no.
Maybe
White
I should.
people, you won. You defeated us. After years of trying, when I saw Taylor Swift swag surf, I was like, it's over. You won. You stole it. You got it back. It's yours now. I don't want to ever. That was one of my favorite things to do. Was out because I was in the Atlanta University Center when swag surf came out. I was one of the first people to ever swag surf when it dropped. And I'm sitting here watching the football game, and I see Taylor Swift. And I'm not even going to call it swag surf, but swag surf was playing, and they were doing whatever it was that they were doing. And I was just like, it's over. They defeated us. They won. Are you happy? Are you happy? It's
Just like the
over.
moment in Star Wars where the thing blew up and all of the little
All hope is lost.
people on the planet are dancing around.
Yes,
John said it wasn't swag surfing
It
for
wasn't.
her. It was snowboarding.
It was anything, but they played swag surfing and then they did it, and I was like, that's it. We'll never get it back. You ruined so many homecoming experience. We can't even do it anymore because they're like, people are like, are y'all doing the Taylor Swift thing? And then I want to strangle people because you won. Are you happy? You won. What did Damon say a couple episodes ago? Stop touching stuff. White people stop touching
This
stuff.
is a hands behind your back store.
Leave it alone. Stop touching stuff, man. That was, and I'm not saying you can't have fun. You didn't do it right. There was nobody. Where was Patrick Mahomes' daddy at? That's who needed to be there. He's like, hey, y'all doing this wrong. Let me show you. Well, he would probably do it with like a cigarette in his mouth.
Yeah, he would absolutely.
He has a very shade tree mechanic face. And what y'all doing over there? What y'all doing? You swag surfing? Hold on, let me show you how to do this. Like, he has very much that energy. But anyway, white people, if you're injured, you won. You won, you got it. It's yours. We don't want it no more. I don't never want to see nobody swagging, surfing, none of that.
Man,
Can I
I
give
didn't
you-
want to win like this.
Can I give you guys a hot take on Taylor Swift though? Because I do
Please.
think she's
Sure, for the algorithm, we
I-
need to
I-
talk about her.
she has ascended into like a stratosphere of popularity and rock stardom that I think there might be 2 or 3 other people in the history of the world that have ever like achieved this
Who
level
are these
of
people? Who we
influence.
talking?
Michael Jackson, the Beatles, Prince.
Prince, Beyonce.
Beyonce.
Yeah. I would put Taylor Swift over Beyonce in influence and the ability to like culture. Well, that's not true. I would say it's pretty close.
I would say
it's
it
pretty
was
close.
similar.
I would say it's pretty close.
yeah.
The point I'm making though is all of those other people I think are genuinely like cool. I think Taylor Swift like is the most homeschooled, like behind closed doors, awkward, doesn't know like what to do with her hands, and by like sheer like talent
Mm-hmm.
as a singer and songwriter, she has catapulted herself into this like sphere of influence that I can't fathom.
Yeah.
But in reality, she is still just like the girl from like singing Tim McGraw and like is not the
She's not.
it's not the she has no J-Lo energy.
No.
And
No.
yet she like when in her pinky she has the influence that J-Lo has.
Listen, I'm gonna agree with you. When she first came out and she had the whole like I'm awkward and that's what and I was like get out of here, you're not that. And then the more you see her like over the years, you're like, oh, you are really mid. But most people are. This is not a knock. Most people are mid. She's the queen of the mid.
And I think
And everybody
the
needs
silent
the queen.
mid or
The
behind
silent
her.
Mid. Yes, the
Behind-
silent mid is behind. She's the queen of the mid. She don't sing better than nobody. I don't think she writes songs better than nobody. But she connects to more people because most people are mid. She's queen of the mid. And that shit, I don't know if she has a beehive like Beyonce. And I'm pretty sure they're going to come for me. And I'm not trying to disparage her at all. I'm saying you found your queen, you mid people.
No, you're about to get doxxed. The Swifties dox people.
Hey,
Yeah.
Swifties, I mean no
and
harm.
also, like, no, I'm putting this out there for the Swifties. This is going to be a clip,
I mean no harm.
and the Swifties are going after David Perdue,
I mean no harm.
and I will lead them. Swifties, rally to me.
Yeah, Nathan's face was more scared about what you're about to say, Taylor Swift, than in the pre-show when y'all dogged on him for 30 minutes
was.
about how to live his life better.
Because here's the thing. You can attack me all you want.
Don't go after his mid queen. He's mid too.
you would be like
Taylor Swift is one of the great singer-songwriters in the history of noise.
Okay.
Since cavemen discovered that
celestial
hollow
angels
things.
didn't dream of such
Yes.
things.
The second that a caveman fell and a stick hit something empty and made a pump, since that happened to now,
Yeah.
Taylor Swift is one of the greatest things to ever happen.
Okay.
So
Not denying that.
To go after her, have you seen her live?
Have you?
Yes.
Okay, good for you.
Really?
Mackenzie Arena, 2008,
Oh wow.
the Fearless Tour.
Okay, he didn't pay for the ticket.
It was a birthday gift.
Okay,
Oh, you for real, for real.
It was.
that's why it's your favorite era.
Well, that was pre-Fearless. Like that was right as Fearless was like.
Okay.
It was on the cusp.
Okay.
It was coming
The
out.
fact that I know this is ridiculous. This is
Yeah.
the amount of influence that she has. This is like I know this vernacular.
Do you know why? Because you're a human with
No.
ears that also
You
connect
know why
to
I know
a
who
heart.
Taylor Swift is? Kanye West. I'll never forgive you for that. I'll never forgive you for that.
That did create an underdog story.
Oh yeah. You talk
And-
about white people rallying.
Man.
If you thought Charlottesville was something,
Oh my.
when that man, I was like, oh, the whites are rallying right now. Whoa.
He took the mic like a tiki torch.
I'm talking about rallying.
Little did we know the racial dynamics that would happen in the future.
Man.
from
Kanye,
that
look what you
moment.
did.
Look
No,
at-
again, I'm not here to slander Taylor.
but you did.
No, I want.
No, we've not said
Here's what
one
I'm-
name.
Okay.
It's not
We'll-
slander.
we'll
when I'm
let the
saying
internet decide if
Most
this is
people
slander.
are mid, and they needed a queen, and she is that. You wouldn't have if you were like, the aliens have come, and we need one person to sing the national anthem. We need the best voice in the world. You're not picking Taylor Swift.
That's true.
You're not picking her.
That's true.
There are hundreds of people who sing better than her. Right? I'm not saying she's a bad singer. I'm saying she's not.
But she's
a
fantastic.
crazy vocalist, right? She's not like, oh my God, the best guitar player. I'm not saying she's not. She's
Like,
not.
yeah, she doesn't rip the national anthem, and we're all like,
but
holy
she
crap.
is like she connects to people better than any. J-Lo can't connect to people like that, and
No.
J-Lo is.
She's so fake.
Well, I mean, I don't know her like that, but I'm just saying. Yeah, we know you got experiences.
Yeah, no, the second the day was like, if that was
I'm only
J-Lo.
bringing this up because I feel like people don't think that they're mid, and most people are mid, and she is the queen of most people. That's the way I'm trying to.
I think
phrase it.
I think she has superseded her like again, if she was a normal person, like I think that she would I think she laughs at different parts of the joke than most people. That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
Yeah, I think she's just down to earth.
I don't
Just-
disagree with that.
just
I don't know her.
relatable.
I do not know her.
Yeah.
But
She's not even like, you're not even like, if she walks down the street, you're not like, who is that? That's a tall woman. That's all you're gonna say. Look at that tall, lanky woman walking down the street. Look at her walking like Bambi. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not a knock.
Okay, here, let's bring it back to sports to wrap it up.
Yes,
Let's bring
yes.
it back. Does Travis Kelce need, because he did not play great in that game
Nope.
No, he hasn't played great in a
This
while.
season.
Since.
So I'm not saying that we're in the Tony Romo and what was her name that now doesn't exist anymore in the world?
Who was
Jessica Simpson.
Jessica
It was
Simpson.
Jessica Simpson. Wow.
Jessica Simpson. Is that what we're watching right now? Is
No.
Travis Kelce wake up and say my hands suck, and it's probably because I'm using them for other things and not practicing enough?
Wow.
Other things like handshakes.
Right, totally.
And
Is that what
high,
we're calling it?
Hugs.
high fives, hugs, hand holding.
Right.
You gotta.
Does he need to focus on his football?
No. You
Nah.
got 2 rings.
Yeah, I'm about to say.
If you quit yesterday,
This is
you're a
his
Hall
best
of,
era.
You're a Hall of Famer. Yeah. Lock that up.
Yeah. Yeah, you're good, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
Wow, you think that's a possibility?
it should be.
I mean, it
The
should be. I'm
the
not.
second you start dating Taylor Swift, you need to go, I'm either getting an album written about me or
I'm trying to lock that down.
I am Mr. Taylor Swift.
Yeah, I'm trying to do what no one else has done before, and that's lock this down.
Yeah.
I'm trying to put a ring on it. I'm trying to lock this down, and he should, because she seems, again, Swifties, she seems like a catch. She seems very supportive.
Oh, she seems very fun.
Very supportive, very fun, like just a regular gal. That's what I'm saying. She's a regular gal gone
which
big.
is great to achieve that level of like.
Yes.
I just feel like you're
Success.
backpedaling because you can feel the Swifties.
You think I'm
circling.
afraid of 12-year-old white girls?
Yes.
I think
I am. 100%. And everyone should be. Some of the meanest people on the planet.
the
They're so
NFL,
mean
the
and they're so
NFL is
scary.
not scared because their ratings are through the roof
No.
every time the Chiefs play.
The
Yeah.
NFL is like,
Just for a glimpse of Taylor.
yes.
Good for
Which
her.
you can just
Like,
can Google.
and also I'm so curious. She's has to be flying all over the world all the
Oh, yeah.
time,
This is-
and she happens to fly into Kansas City for
Carbon
all of these
footprint
games.
crazy.
Like
She's got so
that
many
airport
sky
is-
miles.
Yeah.
they have a new airport there, but it's small.
Yeah. And it's just for her.
It's just
for her.
It's the Taylor Swift
International.
International Airport
Yeah, she's
in
flying
Kansas
in.
Wow,
City.
how long until that's a reality?
Look, it should have been yesterday. Kansas City, get your act together.
She
Name your
probably bought a
airport.
house
Yeah.
in Kansas City. Why not?
She
I want
she
some
has.
I don't want to be. What you know?
I know they got a house in Kansas City.
Do you know this?
Yes.
What are you? When did
what
you
do
start
who's
breaking
they?
news?
Who's them?
Because inside knowledge via my wife's aunt and uncle
Okay.
who live in Kansas City,
Okay.
which I'm going out there to do shows, and they were like, "Tell Nathan to stay with us. We can drive him by Taylor and Travis's house."
Wow.
Interesting.
So I'm not. They don't live in that neighborhood,
But they know.
but
This is
they know.
the talk.
They know where they are.
Okay.
They're in Kansas City, just domestic goddesses. just just
Middle America mids.
I mean, if there's ever been a more like mind blowing mid couple,
is Kelsey the king of the midmen?
You tell me.
bro, he is bro.
Is he your king?
No.
Why?
He's he's got
Bro,
too much little brother energy.
No. He is exactly. Can we just talk about this for a
Talk about it
second?
real quick.
He is exactly the type of guy that the queen mid would want to be with.
Yes.
Like that she would dream. Like in high school. She wants to be with the Travis Kelce.
This is the dude from the first video. That's who she's with.
Wow.
Like
She's from the
He's
first
the-
one.
he's the
What's
prom
the video?
king.
What's
the
the-
you belong to me. You
Yeah.
belong with me.
You belong with me. That's him.
he's the prom king.
And in the
Yeah.
past, he's been dating the girl in short shorts,
Yeah. What?
and he's wearing
We
t-shirts.
saw
We
it.
just solved what
We
the
solved
heck is
it.
happening.
She's
right
Travis
been
now.
wanting
Kelce
Travis-
was married. He was going out with the cheer captain.
Yep.
And she's in the bleachers.
She was in the bleachers. She full circle.
Oh my! We get it.
And
we
also-
live in the freaking.
And he finally woke up
Matrix.
to find what he was looking for.
Yes.
Has been here the
The
whole
whole time. Also, if you go to that video, it kind of proves my point because she in that whole song, she's like, "I'm kind of mid." Am I wrong? Am I wrong?
No, it's not the point of the song. No,
But that's what she was saying about herself.
that wasn't what she was saying.
I'm just a regular gal.
That's not what.
That was what she was. I'm a regular
regular
gal.
and mid are different.
No, they're
no,
not.
they're the same exact thing.
No, they're not.
No, you don't get the. You don't even use words like mid.
This
How you
is
gonna
why
tell
I
me?
know I
This
don't.
is
That's why I'm
this
just
is
Yeah,
saying.
you don't appropriate the
Yeah,
language.
Nate,
Excuse
Nate,
me,
keep in mind, all Gen Z just like other white people stole their vernacular from
what are you
current
doing?
Black Day slang. So
Look, I'm just saying
Yeah, what are you saying?
that's not a fire description of mid. You
It's
know,
mid
A
regular.
fire description.
I want to fight you. But yeah,
He's
full
about
circle.
to say Riz in
Yeah.
like 10 seconds.
Oh, I don't
You
own
know?
that.
I'm just
Riz
saying.
was invented by young white
Yeah,
kids.
your,
no black
your
kid
description
invented
of
Riz.
mid is cringe, if I do say
God.
so.
End it.
Oh yeah, that's it. We're done.
Also, we didn't have time to get to it, but Trae Young is the GOAT when it comes to MLK Day games.
He is
And
the
I think
goat
he
of
should live-
MLK streets across this country.
Yeah, I think that Trae Young should live every
He
day
doesn't
like it's
understand
MLK
that
Day.
but
We're just pushing on.
He does not.
All right, that's it for us. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. We appreciate it. One more time, my name is Nathan Owens. You can find me on Twitter at Nathan Owens Comedy, Instagram, TikTok, Nathan Owens Comedy, or NathanOwensComedy.com.
Follow me Instagram and Twitter at doordie. That's at DUEORDIE. I got a show this Saturday somewhere in Ponce
Hold on,
City
real
Market.
quick, just for the Swifties that are going after you. One more time, your socials.
Oh, pull up, Swifties.
yeah, honestly, that would be a great show.
Listen, pull up. I'm performing at
Go
a crystal
get
shop.
him.
This is your type of deal.
Oh, the one in Ponce
Yeah.
on the second floor.
Go
Yeah.
get him.
Yeah, pull
Is
up.
that the astrology show that
Yeah, the astrology
Lysandra's
show.
putting on?
Yeah.
Bad blood.
Pull
You
up.
have bad
Actually,
blood. with
Swifties
Dana
would love
Friggin.
this because it's an entire show based off of every month. It's only like for people with the zodiac sign that month.
Yes. So
Was
it's-
this Aquarius?
All Aquarius. So this is your type of pull up, buy a crystal. Come hate me. I don't care. I'm not afraid
Find
of
peace.
Yeah, find some peace.
Find some peace.
You know?
Din dunk. Bye.
Hashtag more than 10. See y'all next week.
Peace.